The baby accidentally peed on his mom's lower back. Suddenly, she felt a sharp, burning pain. She turned to the mirror, and what she saw made her gasp. The area soaked in pee had sprouted a patch of white fuzz. Then, white stubble started growing around her mouth. Even weirder, her teeth had become noticeably sharper. It was like she was mutating into some kind of animal, but she didn't have time to figure it out, because her little troublemaker had just smeared paint all over the house. Covered in dirt and paint, he bolted straight for the bedroom. Terrified, Bonnie scrambled after him, but slipped on the paint and crashed to the floor. A sharp pain shot through her tailbone. She staggered to the mirror, and this time she saw something even more horrifying. The spot where the fur had grown was now bulging with a huge abscess. Thinking it was just swelling from the fall, Bonnie sterilized a needle and popped it. But instead of pus, out came something fluffy, something that looked like a tail. Bonnie didn't overthink it, assuming it was just some bizarre skin condition. That was until she went grocery shopping and realized her sense of smell had become insanely sharp. She could sniff out every single additive in the food. Later at the park, a pack of dogs suddenly swarmed her. Strangely enough, she could actually understand them. She could even pick up their scent messages. They were all eagerly inviting her to play. Before she knew it, she was sprinting toward them, completely out of control. Bonnie started to wonder, was she actually turning into a dog? Determined to find answers, she went to the library. She asked the staff if there were any books on women evolving into dogs. The librarian stared at her like she was insane. Guessing she was just an overwhelmed new mom, they handed her a book about women transforming into birds in ancient myths and suggested she read it to relieve some stress. Back home, Bonnie flipped through the pages. The heroine in the story had completed her human duties after childbirth, then returned to the wild, built a nest, and embraced her newfound freedom. No longer drowning in daily worries, she soared through the skies, finally at peace. As Bonnie read, she felt herself getting lost in the story. She imagined herself as a bird, flying freely without a care in the world. But her dream didn't last long, because her son immediately snapped her back to reality.
Mama, poop, poop.
Later, Bonnie took him out to eat at a restaurant, but as she ate, something felt off. She suddenly dropped her fork and started devouring her food like a starving dog. People stared at her like she'd lost her mind. That's when Bonnie realized she had completely lost control. Her habits, her appearance, everything about her was slowly becoming more and more dog-like.